Stein, in the 60s, he was the peak of his journey. I mean, he was friends with the Beatles, he was friends with Jim Morrison, he got all these people out of trouble. But now, where the book is set in 1999, he is now living this very, very straight life. All of his friends are either dead or become stockbrokers. The most important thing right now in his life is his daughter, his 15-year-old daughter, with whom he has joint custody. And she's very rebellious. He always thought that because he encouraged her to be rebellious, that he would be exempt from her rebellion chances. Yes. Here's how we meet Stein and his daughter. Angie's platform shoes clumped across her bedroom floor above his head, and Stein realized he hadn't started her breakfast yet. He poured a teaspoon of olive oil into a cast-iron frying pan and diced an onion to brown. Then he cut up the leftover baked potato from last night's dinner into little squares and threw them in with onions to make home fries. Getting into a good rhythm, he heated the griddle and whisked the egg white into a bowl of pancake batter and then added his secret ingredient, vanilla extract. And ladled the first batch into the skillet. "Hey, Dad!" Angie trumped into the kitchen, splayed her books out across the table. Her hair was reddish-orange today. Stein became agitated when he saw her doing her homework. "You told me you finished everything last night before I let you watch TV." "I forgot we had a history paper." "You forgot?" "Comparing Woodstock 1 and Woodstock 2. "Your school legitimizes Woodstock 2? Woodstock 2 is a completely bogus event staged by people who are too busy making money to be the real Woodstock." "Chill, Dad, it's only school." "It's not only school. Philosophically, there can't be anything to. Every moment is its own discrete event. Would you call 10 minutes from now, now 2? What about Home Alone 2? Or Shrek 2? "Well, that's just my point. What about World War II? "All right." "What about telling the truth when I asked you about schoolwork?" "Something's burning." Stein whirled around into the kitchen as the pancakes became galvanized into hockey pucks. "Have your juice. I'll make you another batch." A car horn tooted outside. Angie swept her books up into her backpack and clambered to the door. "Bye, Watsy," she said. He has this 17-year-old arthritic terrier. That's who Watson is. "Bye, Watsy," she said, in that sweet voice that Stein remembered was once, long ago, also for him. New dads, it's going to go. "Angie, you can't go to school without breakfast." She glanced back at him standing in the doorway with a spatula in his hand and a worried look on his face. "You're becoming your mother," she said. Her friends honked again. "Oh, wait, who's driving?" "That underage kid who lost his license driving drunk." "Angie!" "Pick me up at 3:30. She bounded down the 4 steps into the courtyard and disappeared through the invisible curtain into her life. Stein didn't want to be disappointed that she had forgotten his birthday. He wanted to be forgiving and tolerant and blame Hillary, his ex-wife, for not reminding her. One of the collateral damages of divorce is the loss of the person who explains your shortcomings in a way your children can love. When he saw the envelope sticking partway out the mail slot, he got all gooey inside. Oh, she had remembered after all. Just when you think they've let you down, they come through. He opened the envelope without tearing the flap, preserving every part of it as an icon. The card was a representation of the cover of Stein's famed underground book on cannabis cultivation from the 70s called Smoke This Book. That made him frown. He had tried to hide that chapter of his life from her. Taped inside the fold of the card was a professionally heat-sealed plastic bag, and inside the bag was a long, graceful, sea-green bud of sensimilla. The card was unsigned. Okay, so this wasn't from Angie. He did not find the joke amusing. Anyone who knew him knew of the joint custody agreement that Hillary had rigorously enforced, enjoining Stein from any actions deleterious to the well-being of the child. Under the threat of losing Angie, Stein had traded in the VW bus for a Camry, given up old friends, old habits, a ponytail, and taken on the excruciatingly mind-numbing job with a reinsurance company, and had not smoked dope in 7 years. It irked him that whoever thought this was so cute should have known better.